Hello and welcome back to Echoes of the Wandering Inn, where the leveling never stops. I am Geoff Lalonde.
And I am Paul Morris.
And together we are all going to dive into Chapter 11 and the interlude. And before we get started on that, I wanted to just let you know that we're doing things a little differently this round because there's a lot of really cool stuff that happens in this chapter. Or these chapters.
Specifically the interlude.
That we are going to go into like some super, mega, ultra, like spoilers.
So when we get to the interlude and you haven't already listened to the rest of the Wandering Inn, just come back.
Yeah, so how we're going to do is we're going to go through the two chapters like we normally do. But then we're going to kind of stop and say, like, hey, if you have not read this or you plan on it and you don't want to get spoiled for stuff, this is your opportunity to leave. Or that's what we will say later on. And for now, I guess we'll just start into Chapter 11.
Yep.
Which we are calling Law and Order, Oblivious Innkeeper Unit.
Yep, that's exactly. So we start this chapter with Erin basically just saying, men. Why?
Because they eat meat, and make a mess, and don't clean up after themselves. Typical. I mean,
the beginning of this chapter anyway is Erin is having an existential crisis of like, I'm gonna starve to death. I need more food. Oh crap! I broke my one magic thing. I'm gonna starve. I'm gonna starve to death. I have to go to the city. Where's the city?
And then suddenly, just from the ether, some guy just goes, so it would appear you're in trouble.
Surprise necromancer.
Surprise necromancer. He never left. He just went invisible and hid as he is so good at.
Went upstairs, and then Erin literally goes, if I had a knife, I would have stabbed you.
And then he asks her to do her the big favor of harboring a criminal.
Yep.
He's like, man, like, you need to hide me. Like,
I can give you things.
I can give you money.
I can give you magic, and Erin, like, kind of, even though
she's hardlining.
She's hardlining, like, what? But she kind of breaks at some point, like saying, like, it's like, oh, what? Okay, but. What are you going to do for me? And
no, but this is only after he literally threatens her. He's like,
he gets all like good, like
antagonizing one of my powers. It's like, dude.
It's like, and then we get the like, what are you going to do? Beat me? You're going to rip my clothes off and rape me? And Patty's like, I'm not a barbarian.
And it's like, okay, cool. So he's not a monster. Points, but also
he's still a dick.
Such a dick. So before, like, as he says, like, no, Erin just pulls out the biggest badass move and has a knife on him,
and like slowly backs him up. Like if he didn't move, Erin would have stabbed him.
And like, what a 180! Immediately, it's like, do you know who I am? To like, oh please, miss, you're fine. I'm so sorry.
Your elegance and beauty are amazing, and she almost breaks. Like she's like,
give me one good reason.
And then you hear thud 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 thud.
She before the thud thud.
Oh.
She's like, give me one good reason to
right.
not why should you stay here? And he's like, because if you don't help me, they will kill me here. Like, in this part of the world,
one level of necromancer.
If you have
death.
any level of necromancy, you are immediately murdered.
And Pisces is like, you don't have to hire me. Just let me stay here one night, and I'll leave.
And as he says that,
and like she's about to like concede, and then thud 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 thud.
The choo-choo train of Relk coming in and tackles,
and just Pisces is gone. Like Erin just goes like he was there, and then he was gone. What did he say? What did Relk actually say? It's like gotcha, and just boom, tackles Pisces to the ground. And then we proceed to have one of the coolest fights so far.
Like, and it literally follows along like a dance.
Yeah.
Like, it is so, like... A lot of it is glossed over compared to later chapters, but the way that this specific fight was done, it has like levels, like it, right. You start out where it's just Relk and Pisces fighting,
wrestling, basically
wrestling. Pisces is trying to not get swung into every object around,
which he's kind of failing at.
Which he is, but he's also managing to get up and get away, which is impressive.
And Erin even points out, like, after she's watching them, Caleb comes in, and she looks back, she looks back at Caleb, and he's like, "Hello, miss. We came back because we thought maybe
so there's just this whole aside off to the side while Pisces and Relk are just
wrestling on
the
ground.
ground.
We came back because we thought the criminal would hide and come back, which they were right. But then she looks back, and Caleb and Pisces isn't defeated.
Totally defeated. And you just hear like electricity zap sounds.
Yeah, it's Pisces using his equivalent of a taser on Relk.
And then finally at one point, Relk goes and tries to tackle him, and Pisces is able to throw up a barrier of air spell, which then ceases the combat for that moment, and then there's just like a brief interlude of conversation where Relk is kind of just like, you think your little barrier of air spell is going to stop me?
And he's just starts walking towards the barrier of air and, like, starts pushing through it. But then I think Pisces hits him with, like, a bolt of lightning that goes into his chest and sends him flying.
Yeah, he does get that really great shot in.
Because then that's when Kelb comes in.
Yeah, and Kelbikich comes in and he's not playing. Like, he's not putting holding anything back. He literally says, like, surrender now, or like I will be forced to employ lethal force. And Pisces is like, my magic, and then Kelb pops in, like, immediately cutting him off, being like, it's useless. Surrender.
Pisces doesn't.
No, he does until he finds out that it's not going to be a good thing for his life.
Right, because Ralph gets up and is like, I'm going to gut you.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to, like, basically Erin realizes that Relk is going to kill him.
Yeah. And this is, and right as this is about to happen, Pisces has that barrier of air spell up again, keeping them aside. And
I've killed more mages than you have levels. Shit talking, like
forces his way through the barrier of air spell, and Pisces, like, let's be honest, is a little full of himself.
Is the sky blue?
Is the Pope shit in the woods? Like, he's so full of himself. Yes.
We're not moving on, because I'm gonna point out that he intended to say a bear poop in the woods, but he said a pope. So we now know, confirmed, Pope shits in the woods.
It's true.
So we do get Caleb try to wrestle him to the ground, and Pisces fries him.
We do. That was really, really a great shot by him.
And it's like, Pisces is freaked out because he's now fighting the Slayer.
Yes,
because Caleb gets knocked out and he's like buzzing because he gets basically a massive taser to the chest.
Yeah.
And then he just comes out with the swords at the door, and then Pisces realizes, oh, I surrender.
Yeah. And then, like, Kelvin and Relk are surrounding him. It's very obvious that, like, if Erin did not step in to do something, they were going to die, or they were going to kill Pisces.
For sure.
And finally, Pisces pulls up and says, like, this crazy, weird stuff.
Like his dying...
Yeah, his dying words. And he's like, I've only ever done what I love. Slay me as well, you thoughtless fools. Like, okay. Pisces, you're like, I get this is your death.
So melodramatic.
Like, so melodramatic. And then he mentions this Oz-Karash character yet again.
But he goes like
this guy really must have frickin'.
But we get some more information on Oz-Karash. He was a necromancer in this area, but Ralk says to him, it's like your necromancer was killed right here, a few miles away from Liscor by the Tidebreaker, and that kind of like makes Pisces like stumble, like oh yeah, that
I know. And then he says, and then it says like that Pisces is about to say something as Relk is coming up to kill him, and he says something,
a word on his lips
that sounded like a name or a word or something, but he gets cut off. He doesn't finish what he says, and then Erin, like a badass, steps in, is like, "Hey, no fighting, no killing. Killing people's wrong," and it's like hashtag hot take.
Just like killing people is wrong. If you guys didn't notice, if you guys don't know, killing people, not great.
Yeah, not a good look. Would not recommend. And finally, Relk, like a literal 6-year-old, is like, "Well, he hit me with lightning."
It's like, you punched his brains out. Doesn't mean you get to kill him.
And then it's like, "Oh, you don't want him to kill him in here. Oh, I get it.
The mess.
Well, we'll just take him out back and do it there." And Erin's like, "But no
killing at all. It is wrong." Which, fair.
And they're like, "Well, man, like, quite honestly, we are totally, like, Kilb and Relk are like, we're totally within our rights to, like, fuck this guy up." And Erin's like, "Nope, I withdraw my testimony."
And then it's so funny because Relk is like the between the two of them, I would say Relk is like the dumb cop. Like,
oh, fine,
like
sure.
he's like, wait, can she do that?
and
Killed.
And just like the Boy Scout he is, pulls out of his belt of the rule book,
the guard book, the guard handbook. So they don't really fully describe how big it is, but I'm picturing it like there's like a bag of holding pouch that he has on his pocket, and like Caleb like filled up like a big book.
Oh, I thought it was like a handbook, so something like hand size.
Because Erin says, I don't know how he fit that in his pocket.
Yeah, she does. It does. So
it's like it might not be, but I just picture Caleb picking out like a tome like out of his pocket, and it's like in two hands. It's probably not, but it was just really funny.
And then Relk is like, "Well, who cares about your testimony or whatever? I'll arrest him for attacking me." And then Erin, again, just like, I swear, she's like full on lawyering it right
just
now.
Word vomiting, but like correctly.
She's like, "Well, you do that, I'll tell the people who vouched for you to be a senior guardsman that you're just arresting people for a fight you started. And like, you could get a permanent citation on your record."
On your permanent record, like.
And I'm like, and literally, Erin was just making things up.
Just making it up.
And I was like, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit.
Yep. And it's really funny because even Erin's like, I gotta make something up. There's like, she's like going from like what they've talked about previously to like, maybe this will work. And Caleb's like, that would work, but I'll vouch for it, and we can still arrest him for the fight, resisting arrest.
And Kilbakich says, he's like, "Well, I mean, we have just cause to arrest this guy." Like, they're all just standing here in a tense moment, just like rules lawyering. It's
so funny. I'm gonna say this to the cows come home. Pirate Alba is so good at like building tension and then like just like stopping it, but you always feel that little bit like it could go bad at any second. Like you're just like waiting. Yeah, it's like and it's like there's comedy going on, but you know there's a tense tension.
How tense is it?
Pretty tense.
Shiver with anticipation.
I love that fucking movie.
Oh, so Relk's just like, Kilbakitch is just like, I mean, we can still do it, but like Relk's history of inappropriate conduct on and off duty really doesn't
help his case
at all. But I'll vouch for my partner and take this guy into custody with or without your testimony. And finally,
because he says truth spells will
we'll sort that stuff out. And then Erin comes in with the trump card, the final play, the third act moment of justice.
You have no jurisdiction here.
And Kilbakitch is just like mandibles open,
and then
in shock,
stays there.
And Ralph just looks back and forth from Erin to Kilbakitch, back to Erin, back to Kilbakitch, and he's like, "What? Can she do that?"
It's like yes, she is well within her rights to not have the guard here. It's like, well, let's arrest her too. We probably shouldn't do that.
And he's like, well, we are off duty, and very likely the council and the watch captain are not going to be all too happy with us like messing with Wistrom Academy.
Yep.
Because like he's a mage from Wistrom. He's a graduate. Like they'd be upset.
They'd be upset. Maybe.
And then so finally, Relk just gives up. Eye twitching is just like, well, fine, humans.
If I ever see you on my watch,
get off my lawn.
Yeah. And then Pisces is saved. The guards leave.
And the guards leave. And then Pisces, to end out the chapter, just, Mr. Wordy McWordsmith using 18 character letters to say thank you. Erin just cuts him off. And she's like,
leave. Get out. She hits him with the pot, but softly. It's like,
just a quick little bonk. And then as she gets back to her work, she goes, males.
And
that's the end of chapter 11. Now we're going to hop into the condensed and spoiler-free version of the interlude.
We get a quick, basically,
we're calling this interlude chapter foreshadowing 101.
The chapter begins with right where we left off with the other chapter, but like it's Erin about just nodding off to sleep. We get Pisces like contemplating what just happened and like how Erin got there, why she's all alone, and the littlest goblin.
And it's really cool because it just mentions at the very end that the littlest goblin has been watching all of this. She knows all of the things that are happening, and then it pans over to like her watching Pisces leave.
Yeah.
Then we hop into Pisces, like basically amped up on adrenaline still, having a really hard time writing whatever it is that he's trying to write onto bone.
Necromancers be necromancing.
Necromancers be necromancing. And he's just really contemplating, like, who is this random innkeeper? Like, she's, like, protecting necromancers. That's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, where did she come from? And
why doesn't she know the difference between a mage and a
mage and a sorcerer? And, like, why is she here? And why is she here alone? Then it cuts again.
Hard cut. Boom!
Hard cut again.
It's been a rough day.
So it cuts back to Erin trying to just lay down in her makeshift bedroom, and then just hanging out. But like as she falls asleep, it just alludes to something's happening. Then it does another hard cut.
Yep. Hard cut into basically it goes like I would say like it goes into the camera pans to the moons and then hard cuts to like a random cave. And then it's not an empty cave either. It is a cave filled with people that we don't know,
with artifacts, with
doing lots of magic.
Just magic. Magic seems to be just like rippling out of the space. and it tells about what's very obvious, some kind of
major magic going on.
What's that word? Spellcasting, a major
source.
Major, yeah. Anyway,
whatever it is.
There's a lot of magic. A spell is being cast of some sort.
We get introduced to a random an old young mage. He's flipping back and forth. We're not really sure how old he is, and we get to see who they describe as the Blighted King,
and his queen,
and a sorcerer that is the head of all of it. What's going on here? And he bleeds from his eyes as he's finishing this crescendo of magic,
which means that it is using a lot of magic to do whatever it is that they're trying to do.
Very epic. It implies epicness.
It really, really implies a lot of epicness.
And then we get a little shiver of magic, and then just people in the from Earth just appear in this cave.
Just poof. But you know what? Even though these people who are hailed as the great heroes of prophecy, they're saved. Right as that's happening, in the room where they were casting the magic, suddenly there's also a bunch of people who just start popping up elsewhere in the world. And we're vaguely introduced to a bunch of people back to back to back.
Yes,
we see this farmer who's coming out in the middle of the night, greeting a bunch of random humans who just basically showed up in his yard.
And he's just what's going on? He has he's gonna try to. He thinks that they're bandits, they're someone, but it's just random kids in weird clothes that he first thinks that are nobles, and he's like, oh man, maybe I should keep my sword.
Yeah, but it's very obvious that these people who have shown up are not from
this area,
this space.
And that ends with the one of the new Earthers saying, "Dude, is that a sword?"
I hope we get to know him later. And then it hard cuts to a young woman,
a young raven-haired girl, who's
running barefoot,
with her
weirdo,
with headphones, and she just appears into a runner's guild. She's freaking out. She pulls out her headphones, and it's just "Are you here to join the runners guild?" Smash cut.
And then suddenly there's two young twins who are just kind of moseying around the streets. And then suddenly they're just in a throne room
with a man
who looks like he's kind of just half asleep.
They drop their phone, which disturbs this man, and people rush into the room and have spears on them. And it describes this man for the first time in a long time.
2 decades, in fact.
2 decades standing up and breathing and going, "Stop."
And then
Smash cut.
And then it goes on to say, not just one or two or even dozens. They were coming from every background and every place. It goes on to then describe a girl in a jumpsuit who had been
a crazy,
an orange jumpsuit, obviously
in jail,
jailed. Just suddenly appearing in an adventurer's guild.
And another person who comes is the was the last one, second last one. Oh, the person going into a tomb.
Yeah, she fell screaming into the darkness, and then the last person who showed up was apparently this blind guy.
What was it in a mall and then was in a forest,
in the middle of a forest,
and he's like, hello,
is
anyone there?
And then it says after a moment someone heard him. So we'll see how that goes. So then we pan back to Erin just sleeping away. It said some pretty beautiful language about how the world was beginning to change and shift as there was a shower of souls passing through them, or through the world. And then it says also that rain fell upon the world. Just touching back on that, I know I have a feeling that all of the weather manipulation and stuff is being
probably a side effect of
it's probably
the magic.
Just a side effect of all of this super strong magic being done.
That makes sense. I mean, Pisces even kind of confirmed that. But I think the last line of this is so great. It's Erin felt alone, but she felt lonely, but she was no longer alone.
And then, so I'm guessing at some point we're going to have to be meeting some of these characters a little bit more in more detail. But for now, that is where we are going to end this episode of our normal program. Stay tuned. We are going to be continuing this episode for those of you who have read the chapters and read further along in the book,
so,
or don't mind spoilers.
Until I would say up until the most recent book, which right now is The Lady of Fire. Then we'll probably be giving spoilers until then.
Yeah. So for those of you who will be leaving us for now, all I have to say to you is thank you so much for tuning in to Echoes of the Wandering Inn. I'm Geoff.
I'm Paul.
And keep leveling.
Keep leveling.
For those of you who are staying...
Here we go. Okay, so...
And again, this is your last chance.
Last chance.
Warning, get out
Gone.
if you do not want spoilers. Okay, and there I've said it, and nobody else can complain or whine to me about it. So, firstly, the first thing is, obviously Rags is watching the...
everything happened.
Everything happened between everybody so far. When it flips to seeing Pisces in the cave fiddling and scratching,
he's making Tauren.
He's literally right now making Tauren, which is such great foreshadowing ahead. Erin, I find it funny that Erin was dreaming about disappearing skeletons and obnoxious mages. Because the disappearing skeleton that was mentioned is literally about to become Tauren. Like a double Tauren reference back to back. Now, something as they're falling asleep, it made apparently whatever it was that was happening. We know it was happening.
Yeah.
The spell that was coming. It made Pisces sneeze a few times and rub his nose absently.
It's because he's probably obviously
atmospheric changes. Maybe.
Yeah, it's clear that the weather is affected by these massive. So here's the thing: we talked about this off podcast. Mm-hmm. So the Blighted King is obviously bringing these people here, but we discussed, I don't think he knows that he's bringing more people than the people that are in front of him.
I don't think he even if he does know. If he doesn't know, that's one thing. You can't be upset about something that you can't know about.
Because I feel like he's upset because he does, because obviously he does it again. He does it a couple more times even during. So I don't think he realized, or I don't think they realize that they're bringing all of these people to all over the world.
I think they just think that they're bringing the humans through
the people that they know about. Yeah.
I agree. I don't think that they
it's
have any idea.
It's a flub of the magic spell that they don't realize.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're tapping in the way they describe the ritual.
And
that's
crazy.
The word I was looking for earlier. Ritual. There we go. Got there eventually.
We got there.
It says that a veil tore ever so slightly. The light changed, drew inward for just an imperceptible second, and then the wind blew in this deep cavern impossibly, and then they were there. Humans. But this ritual is tapping into the ley lines of the world. This is something that they're trying to bring humans to them.
Yeah. But Earthers, specifically Earthers.
Earthers. But it's affecting they're using the magical power of the world.
So I think maybe that's probably what it is. They're using the ley lines, and then through that magic, even though they're bringing the people there, I think it's funneling. Mm-hmm. The magic is funneling to these areas, and people are dropping off.
Yeah.
Through this So anyway, let's get to the awesomeness that is the foreshadowing of this episode. So the first one we see is obviously Ryoka, right?
Yes, it is obvious.
Oh no! The first one. So we don't know. We tried to look this up. At first, Geoff thought it was Magnolia's people.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that dude, is that a sword? That's Kevin or Troy or
it could be
one of those guys.
We couldn't find any confirmation of that, but it seems like it's them.
I also have a personal story that, again, it's not confirmed, but I really think that the farmer that finds them, I think it is the corn farmer Lup.
Yeah, it could be.
That Ryoka meets later, that then Magnolia gives
by Ray's melt or whatever it is.
Yeah, because that is. I don't know. It
feels like it could be.
It feels like it could all be connected together. Because he has a sword. The Lup is known for having a sword.
Yeah, he was an adventurer. He was an adventurer at one point.
At one point, right? So I don't know. I have a feeling.
And then obviously we get Ryoka.
Then finally we get Ryoka, who I'm very excited to bitch about.
Yeah, oh God, I can't be sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think her first chapter is chapter 20.
I think so, yeah.
And we're both going to bitch about Ryoka because I think we can agree she was our least favorite character at the beginning.
Yeah, she's a character I definitely loved to hate for a long time. I will say she's grown on me now.
Yeah, I would agree. She got some meds,
right? Those are mortals.
Yeah. And then we get Trey and Therese.
Yes,
and which I think is it's crazy to think the different Earthers have just absolutely shattered this world's fabric.
Oh yeah, totally messed everything up.
Because Trey just dropped his phone and was like, "Oh crap!" and then woke up the King of Destruction.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Next, the girl in the orange jumpsuit. Paul and I think
that it's one of the wings, one of the members of the
Griffin Prince's
wing
entourage, because they're all
criminals, and that's the only time that she's brought up. And I remember listening to the most recent book, and they were talking about that girl, and it seemed like it was her. So
yeah, it does seem like that. And then, of course, the one that fell into the screaming darkness. And it ends up being this of Tarantula.
And we didn't know this because we figured every one of these characters had to be important, and that was the only one that we didn't know which one it was. Jeff and I both have not read the Singer books. The Singer is brought up in The Lady of Fire.
I think she's mentioned a few times before that as well.
Oh no, she's the Singer has, but it's never confirmed that the Singer is an Earther.
Yes, correct.
Until Lady of Fire, when we see her point of view.
It's heavily. It's heavily implied.
It's absolutely heavily implied because she's singing pop songs.
Yeah,
but
confirmed.
Yeah. And then so I googled it, and it obviously it confirmed to me that it is the Singer of Tarandria, who is an Earther, and then again shivers this world's core.
And then finally it's Laken.
Mr. Laken Godard.
Mr. Emperor.
The Emperor Laken Godard.
Yeah, and then mentioned is his future paladin. So that's fun.
Yep. But this is a little bit of a different episode just because it was the interlude gave us so much much
gossip.
It was so much. It was so hard for us not to be like Ryoka. Good art.
And then, and I just want to touch again. Rain fell on the world. It has to be. The ritual has to be what's causing
100%.
And the drought. And I mean, obviously, except for that one that we know was caused by something else. But
oh yeah.
But all of this shenanigans, it's got to be the magic.
Yeah, and so. That's all we got to talk about.
Yeah. So for those of you who stayed through our animated
little spoilerific,
I'll let Paul take it away.
Until next time, my name is Paul,
and I'm Geoff,
and keep leveling.